Hi, good evening, everyone. And today I am going to just speak something on the music that is completely connected to my higher education and how did it help for breaking a new era in my life. We'll be knowing why is learning music very important for us and why should we learn music? What should be the benefit for learning music? Where to learn music? Under which supervision we should learn music? Whether we should spend time on it or we should just spend this time on our higher educations and we should escape from such activities. Most of the time, most of the students and their parents, they asked me such questions frequently in the past. I have also created other videos on this subject in the past, but from time to time I want to just replenish those videos, and I want to just bring back those sweet memories to the present level. Every time whenever I create the videos, that time there is a new information that is fetched out from the past, and it is my duty to just convey those new messages to the learners or to the listeners. And you know that after the job that is in the public sector, there are some limitations when you speak on any topic. What to speak, how to speak, you have to follow all the decorum of the public. And does it mean that I want to speak something that should not be publicly correct? No, that is not. But sometimes, at least 1%, it is kept in the mind what to speak, how to speak, and on what ground we should speak. So, accordingly, I am just telling you. So, we start about that from those periods when I started learning and singing, and how did it help in my elementary education as well as higher education. Elementary education, there was not much contribution of the music, but for the higher education, it has a lot of contribution. When I was in high school, that time I used to practice those songs. Earlier, in those songs, I used to just sing 90s, 80s songs, and I was not much infatuated with the old songs, 50s, 40s, 60s, because these songs are not easily to be sung. But I knew it when I started learning music that which song is easier to sing and which song is not easier to sing. But when I was in elementary classes, when I was in a high school that time, there was a competition on Saturday of singing. That time I used to sing some songs, and my language, English language, since my childhood was also very smooth because of the guidance of my grandfather, who was also a well-known English learner and teacher in those days. And under his guidance, I learned English. Even studying the children, they were studying in Hindi mediums. Sorry. And after then, what did I do? That I started singing a song with their accompaniment. And I came to know that these songs, sorry, I was just correcting the camera because the electricity disconnected. So I was going to tell you that when I started learning these songs in those days, then I came to know that singing a song was prohibited in most of the time in the environment and society where everyone was not permitted to sing a song openly, wholeheartedly. And there was much more limitations of singing filmy songs and those songs which were not completely inspirable in those days. But as a youngsters, I try to just copy those songs. But what happened to that? Now the question is here that after spending so many hours, so much time on the singing career, or you can say that on singing topic, you can't say that singing is just like a career. It is a medicine. It is a therapy for the for humans, and not only for humans, for all the creatures, all living things. They are found in the nature, in the universe, because singing is like a medicine. It is like I told you already that it is the medicine of medicines. When you are not in a correct order yourself, when you are not happy, when you feel melancholic yourself, melancholic state, you are somewhere, you are in the forest, you are in the garden, you are going, or you are single, you are alone, you can just you can just sing a little song in solitude, and there you can just escape from loneliness. So these are the things where the singing can just be the master of your life. Next thing is that whether we should teach our children, uh, uh, you should learn music or not. We should inspire, convince them to learn. Yes, learning music is not a bad thing. Now it depends on the that everything has the merit and demerits. For example, the books we are reading, what kind of books we are reading, it depends. In the same way, the music we are learning, what kind of music we are learning, what kind of the songs we are singing, it depends on them. Mobile phone we are using, so what kind of the information we are watching in the mobile, what kind of information we should not, whether we should be aware about those informations that can just uh, be the poison for us in future. So everything has its merit and demerits. So learning music has the same one. What kind of songs are you learning? What kind of the rags are you learning? Whether you are practicing every day or not, whether you are with the attachment of the music teachers, music learners, music songs, old songs, and the notes of the songs or not. So these all aspects just are connected to learning music. Next thing is whenever learning music, it must be kept in the mind that we should not connect always to our career, because I have already explained that it is the medicine of the medicines. It means that most of the things we learn in our life, it is not for only earning money. It is for just our satisfaction. It is for our self consolation. It is for our self motivation, and it is for those things which we can't get easily from the market. We don't have the accessibility of these things. Like we are reading the book, so what kind of the chapter, what kind of the lessons we are learning, it depends on. If we are learning the good lessons, then we can be the good ones in future. If we are learning the wrong chapters, then we won't have uh, we won't have the accessibility of getting or attainment to the ornamental things. We know already that. And we have also learned from our forefathers, from our grandfather and elder ones, that we should learn those things in our life that can change uh, our mentality, that can change our psychological stamina, and that can just not affect you whenever you are in the problem. So learning music did it. Now I talk about that when I passed out in high school, then I became the music lover. When I started doing the work somewhere, there most of the companions, they were also working with me, and some of the companions, they used to sing a little song. And that time I memorized my high school, so elementary level songs. That time I also used to tell them that when I was a boy of the high school, that time I was also I used to sing a song, and I was also much impressed with such kind of the singing notes. They used to laugh at me that you could also sing a song. I used to tell them in affirmative, yes, I could also sing a song. What happened later that gradually one of my companions, he asked me to for singing a song. I sang a song and they were completely charmed. They thought that I could also sing. What happened that when I sang a song, then my confidence, motivation just rose higher and higher. Sorry. And thereafter, I came at home, and I thought that my elementary level of listening, singing a song was really nice, and now we should again prepare for some other songs. So I started preparing songs. I started purchasing reel cassettes, dubbing the songs, so going to the CD cassettes, and I started gathering. Most of the songs I gathered were completely based on the inspiration, national songs, qualities, devotional songs, songs based on most of the time, most of the religious song, not only single religion, and the songs which could just change our lifestyle. I used to just dub those songs, like the child songs, like child memory, birthday, their party, what kind of a child should be in future, what kind of the expectations of the parents towards their children. Such kind of the songs were mostly available in the market in those days. Nowadays, the bulk of such songs are rarely being seen in the marketplace. But in old songs, you can find such kind of the glimpse if you listen to, if you are a little bit aware of such songs. If you listen to such songs, then it's such songs can sharpen your brain, and it can just tell you that you should keep on listening to such songs. What happened gradually, that when I just gathered some money, then I also took classes of the music teacher, and the fee of the music teacher was so high that I could not afford in those days. But later, I used to listen to on the cassettes and used to repeat the same songs myself somehow. Again, I used to just listen to, and I have still several reel cassettes, DVDs, CDs. They are preserved, and I have kept it for my future memory somewhere, and I will be trying to keep those as much as possible for me in future. So I was just telling you that when I did reverse all those elementary level to the future. So what did I find? The difference when the difference was that before learning music, I had the companionship, I had friendship, I had different kinds of friends. They were of not similar ages; they were of different ages. Some were 15 years old, some were 10 years old, some were 20 years old, some were 25 years old, somewhat 35 years old, somewhat 40, and all kind of ages of the groups of the person I used to adjust in those days, because I used to laugh and they used to also make me laugh. I used to go with them, I used to just roam with them, they used to also take me to their garden, to their house, to let them meet their wives, their children, their friends, their father, their mother. And I had a great meeting with them in those days. What happened later, I found one of the things that when I started wandering with them door to door, I went to their house. My memory level was not like earlier. I thought that I should just utilize such time in learning some new. And later, music was found among them. So I started listening to music, I started learning music, and I started listening to it. Sorry. I would also tell you that music is like an ocean. In one of my video, I also mentioned it. Everything is like an ocean. All the subjects are like an ocean. But as far as I'm concerned of the music, that music is, if you only drink a single drop of water from the music, then you can easily play on harmonium. You can easily sing only single drop of water, because it has many lessons you have to learn. If you complete the harmonium lesson in single rags, and single thought can't be even completed throughout the life, because there are several songs, they are based on the rags, and there are several towns, there are several ways to sing the same song. And the tal that is that had been developed in the past, the tal is also played with different levels. It's very difficult to easily access to the tal. But if a tabla player, he is a good tablaist, then he can just show us a great path that I have just played on this on this song in this way, and the same tal is being played here. So we can say that if someone has accessibility music, someone is just playing on harmonium, someone is playing tabla, you can say that he is perfect. No, no, not. It's not at all. No one is perfect. I think that most of the musicians, they are still learning music, and they are just, but according to our levels, like we, like you, and most of the general general music lovers, they have hobbies of music. They don't want to adopt music as a singing career. For them, if we learn a single drop of water, drink single drop of water, then it is sufficient for us to have a little bit glimpse on the music. So I was just telling you that music is just like a medicine, and this is why I started learning music. When I entered for the higher educations, I also mentioned in earlier videos that I never stopped learning. I still learn, and in the past I never stopped learning. I never stopped following the elders. They used to tell me that you should do such a once, and you would be bright in future. I kept on having courses, learning several books, doing several degrees, diplomas, as far as I could in my past. But the first lesson in my life was to at first earn, then learn, because earning was the first lesson I had to learn in the past since childhood, and the learning was the secondary level. From the family background, they also supported me as much as they could. And when I stood up myself, I just have the strong hold of my life. Then I started also taking the family and all the family members as far as I could do for their future improvement, and I did the same. So what did I find when I went to the higher educations? That I had to read many books altogether. I had to read like history. I had to not only read the university books, I had to just bring the books from the library. I used to read it, and the information I had to just keep in the mind. It was very difficult to let those informations in the mind. So what did I do? So I used to learn music that time. I used to just sing a song. I used to just sit near the tape recorder, and that time I used to just listen to it. On listening to music, the memory level sharpened. The psychological disorders, somewhere it also went down. What kind of psychological disorders? If you are from morning to evening busy in some work, automatically you will have the psychological disorders. You will have insomnia. You would have problem in sleeping. You would have many problems for doing something if you have continuously the process of earning and learning. So the same thing happened there. But what happened that music just subsided, or it controlled a lot to learn most of the things, because I am still aware when I was in university that time, I had to learn at least 6 to 7 hours. I had to read the books. I had to follow the writers. I had to follow the senior ones. I had to follow those books which are very important for the examinations. I was also preparing for government examinations. I prepared several years, and thereafter I cracked one of the examinations. Some examinations I was about to crack, but it was due to the category. I was not selected most of the time, because you know that most of the categories where it's not easy to take the job, and nowadays to have the job is just like you are going to crack the nut of the iron. And the people who have suffered, the people who have prepared a lot in their life, she can just understand such kind of the problem in the past. But the people who have not struggled a lot, who have got all kind of resources from the family members, it's very difficult to just tell them that what kind of the problem they have faced, because they are saying that they are reading from day to night, from a night to day, and they are saying this a struggle. No, this is not a struggle. You are only reading. Reading is not a struggle. A struggle is when you are just thinking about your family, your father, mother, your all the family members, your relatives, your earning process from where you are just getting money for your higher education, for your competition. That is a struggle. Only you are reading from day to night, night to day. You are only thinking about completing the syllabus. You are only thinking about cracking the examination. Is not it can never be called a complete kind of the struggle. The child who is very aware about their family members, about relatives, about someone who is also able to just improvise the wrongdoings in the family members, wrongdoings going on the family, wrongdoings in his or her life, then she can be called the perfect person who is under the phase of the struggle. But if you are reading the books, then it can't be called the complete kind of the struggle, because you have only one business, to read the books and somehow just cracking the examination. But the same platform I could not get in the past. You can say it was unfortunate, or you can say that it was also plus point for my life, because whenever you are in the struggle mode, that time you have several opportunities to learn, because you think you have nothing but to learn, but to just earn somewhere. And you know that you are the self supporter yourself. You can gain experience from your own stumbling you had in the past, and you can just crack some examination, or you can just pass out in this examination. You can do some remarkable job in future. So these are the things I had in my brain in those days, and I thought myself that it would be very nice for me. So what did I do? That I used to learn music, and whenever I learned music, whenever I listened to music, whenever I sing a song, that time I had the learning process in the memory, had a great chance to learn several other things in other subjects like science, art, culture, physics, chemistry, biology, like history, political science, civics, religion, science and technology. And there are several other subjects where I had the chances to learn those points which I did not learn in the high school or elementary level. Either I learned, or I was not sorry, I was not able to just completely grasp those kind of the things in a complete order. So what happened that during the phase of learning all these things, what happened that when I was in with my similar companions, ages of the similar way, that time we had several companions. They were in the college. We had a great friendship with them. So they used to listen to me, and they used to just appreciate my songs. But I knew myself that I was learning only for my uh, for my uh, for my learning process, or as a medicine, because I thought myself that there are several things that was just intermingling with me, and it was creating creating disturbances somewhere or not. And I was not much more lucky to even pass out the BA or graduate examination, because the condition was not just allowing me to do like that, to just leave the study and to just be dependent on only a single thing. But today I am very fortunate that I have several graduate degrees and with several subjects, and I have told this point to in other earlier videos. And this is also because of the mercy of the music, because music always sharpens you. Music always makes you positive. Music is the medicine of the medicines. Music is a therapy. Music has several things to bring back from negative to the positive order. Music can tell you that the God is near you. Some of the great poet or person, he told that if the God is near you, then if you are learning music, music is only the medium by which you can reach to the God. It means that you are very near to the, but it depends on that what kind of music are you learning. As I told you earlier, that it depends on, you have the books, you are going to school, you are going to college, but what kind of books are you reading? It depends on you. Everything has merit or demerit. So in the same thing, that it depends on music, that you have just learned how to make the tabla listen, how to make the harmonium listen, but what kind of songs are you listening to? What kind of songs are you singing? Because the things you listen to, the things you sing, the same reflects on your brain and it works accordingly. So it depends on them. So learning music is a great task, but if you are learning music for negative purpose, for singing odd songs, obscene songs, any unsocial songs, then music would not help you for a long time in future. It can give you relief for short period of time, but it can't give you relief for a long period of time. The same kind of the things is happening to the modern singers. Most of the modern singers, I have listened to their songs. They are not most of the time in the market. If their songs are recorded, then their songs are not played for a long period of time because the songs have not the same kind of the element it was in earlier days. Now their songs structure are very different. The words, the rhythm, the tal, or the singing style is not as a powerful bona fide as earlier days. This is why modern songs are not so much inspirable, not so much. I am not talking about all the songs, but most of the songs, if you listen to, most of the Bollywood songs, if you listen to, then it is not most of the time inspirable. You are only enjoying, you are enjoying all the DJ songs, you are dancing, you are just having a cup of coffee, you are with your friends, you are dancing, clasping their hand, putting your hands to the shoulder, or you are just having a great you are in the great jolly mood over there. So it is only for the enjoy, you can say, for the entertainment purpose, but it is not for the real heart, because if you learn the music wholeheartedly, then it will just implant in your soul. So if that music doesn't touch the soul, then learning music is not learning the original lessons of the music. If you are learning the music wholeheartedly, it will touch your soul, as I already told you. So if you have the accessibility of the music, you must learn, and you should also guide your children, your my dear ones, to learn it, because if you are spending time going somewhere else in unwanted activities, you get nothing from there. It's better to learn music. It's better to learn such things which can create skills in future, but just don't take it as granted for singing career, for doing something. If you get to the platform, that is right, but if you don't get to the platform, it would not be completely spoiling of your life. Sorry, it can't be called the spoiling of your life, because it will give you something new in your life, and you can just make something new for your recovery in future. The thing you have lost so far, you will get with the help of the music. Some of my friends, they asked me, and most of the questions I am forgetting presently, but just the questions while I am just talking to you, just delivering to you, whenever the questions just is in my brain, that time I just want to uh, convey it to you, that where is the storage of your brain, because most of the time I have told them that I have learned more than 1000 songs, 1500 songs. That is not a child's play. Yes, really, most of the time, because I had the cassettes, and I think they had the 9 to 10,000 songs in those cassettes, and most of the songs I listened, and I memorized it, and I think that I can. I had the rote memorization. I used to learn like a parrot, because listening to songs and easily learning it in my memory was easily to be seen in those days, and it was not a wonderful for me. So I did the same, and in many other subjects I also tried to just learn many things with the help of only music, because music can give you some space in the brain, just like it can give you some space, just like in the form of the memory card, it can give you some space. In the same way, music can give you some space, and it can just make you it can just make you the room where to put English, where to put mathematics, where to put science, where to put medicine, where to put law and order of the country, administration of the country, the family members, the relatives, computer science, day-to-day life problem, or other kinds of the sectors. It makes room for, and it has several channels in the brain. It creates and it can store the information for a long period of time. Now the question rises, if someone doesn't learn music, she is not brilliant. No, she can be called brilliant, but she is doing something else in place of music to make the brain sharp in the same way. She has the environment from the family, from the parents, father, mother. The father, mother inspires such children since childhood. And such children don't need to learn music because their parents are enough to tell their children how to mold their future. And they are guided every day. And accordingly, their memory is very sharp. So what do you mean by that? That except music, we can sharpen our brain with other. Yes, you have meditation, you have yoga. So yoga and music, most of the things in the life are interconnected. If you do yoga every day, one video I will just speak that how is yoga very fruitful to music. Then it can just control your breathing, because whenever you sing a song, you have to control on your breathing, where to just put the notes, where to just stay, and from where to you should just continue singing. So the more you have some kind of the yoga, the more your organs of the body are helpful for just learning music, and it will also give you some sharp memory level. This is why yoga does not only protect your body organs, or it fights against several other diseases, but also it also sharpens your memory power, and it adds a new booster for learning music. So there are many other things where you can, like meditation. Earlier in the morning, if you just rise up from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., you start learning, you start running, you start just doing some yoga, meditation, then you can sharpen your brain. But everyone has his her own aspect to learn something. So whatever you have like music, you can just adopt in your life. But the destination and the your goal should be to somehow store the information as much as it is possible in future, because mobile phone and some such kind of the devices nowadays, they are in modern civilization in many countries, many society. Now the people are dependent on them. Most of the things they don't want to store in their brain, because they think that mobile phone is enough to just to get any kind of information. We directly go to the Google and we ask question, and it easily answers our question on any kind of the topic, any subject. So some of the people speak that when we have already such devices, why need we to learn music? Yes, some people ask, but do you know that I also suggested myself in the past that when we have such a kind of devices, because mobile phone I had, I was in the college, then why do I need to just learn so many things that stops in my brain? We will just open the mobile phone and we'll just answer any kind of question. We will ask the mathematical question, scientific question, subject related to computer science, and then why do you just learn music, and we need to just spend so much time on learning rags and several other things? So I kept this question aside, and I thought for such subject several days. So what happened that later an idea came into light in my brain. I thought myself that if I don't learn music, then what should I do in a spare time? Should I keep on reading books from day to night? So what did I do? I used to read the books 8 hours, 10 hours. But information I could not store. What happened? Why didn't it? But when I learned music, then I thought to myself that I could store the information for long period of time. I sat with some ascetic person, some yogists. They had complete command over the yoga. They taught me some yogas. They taught me how to genuflect myself during yoga time. And they also told me that how to just practice the yogas every day. They told me that if you follow yoga and you also add this as an actor to your music, then it will be the boon for you in future. I followed them. Now the question rises, every time I met with the nice companions in the past, presently I also try to just meet the nice companions in my life. So did I not meet with any wrong companions in the life? Yes, I met also with them. But whatever the goodness among them, I used to bear myself. I used to draw from them. I used to attract from them, draw from them. And whatever the wrong elements they had, I used to leave them. Like most of the wrong elements, like the intoxication they had, I did not adopt myself. Though I lived with them, but I did not become the slave of such things in the life. I thought that it will just lead to the wrong destination in future, and this is why I did not follow such things. So we can say here that music is not only a music, it is also a medicine of the medicines, and we should always instruct. Nowadays you are saying that in the government schools there are several musical instrument the government sent, and now the teachers, they are teaching to the children that music can at least calm down the psychological disorders among the children. Most of the children, they are much more affected with the day-to-day lifestyles, mobile phones, devices. They are watching in the mobile different kind of the reels, stories. Most of the time they just they sow the negative seeds in the brain, and the children are much more affected. They have the negative impact on their brain, and going towards the positivity from negativity is not impossible, but it seems impossible sometimes if we don't just recycle our brain and we just try to do something new in our life. So now the government has provided all the schools, universities, the musical lessons to their children, to their students, from elementary level to the higher education, so that children should have the music. And nowadays the music teacher is also available in such schools, universities. They are teaching their children, and the children, they are asking that why do you need to just learn music? Music can't give you any job in the future. So this is a very ridiculous question. Music can't give you the job. The teachers, music teachers are presently there, and they are teaching the music to their children. And you can be a music teacher, you can be a music professor in future, and you can just guide the little children how to learn the lessons on the harmonium. And there are several scopes where you can just be the music director in future. You can open your studio, you can dub the songs, you can also do some advertisement with the help of your studio. And you can, there are scopes. We can't say completely that it doesn't have the scope, but we should take not as it granted. It means that everybody can't be like a classical singer, be a very well-known famous singers. Presently they are in the world, in India, abroad, and they have the great accessibility of them. Because when you start learning something in your life, then the people, most of the time, they are near about you. They just compare with you the big guns directly to the those singers, those batsmen, those industrialists. They are on the height nowadays in the world or in India, and they tell you that, do you want to be like this? Do you want to be like that? Do you want to be this such like singer? Do you want to be like the actor or actress? So you are directly compared with them, because whenever you are directly compared with them, then your motivation is most of the time falls down. It has much chance, probability it is likely to fall down there. But when you are adamant, that time you are stubborn for that learning things, nobody can just control you, put you on under their control. his her control, and you can easily have the accessibility of the same thing. The same thing happened when I was learning English. That time I was reading newspaper. In one of the video I used to I just will tell you in future that how did I learn English, from where I did have the lessons, what are the sources. I had recorded these videos in the past, but some information I left in those videos. I would just mix up those information in new videos, and I will tell you that time when I practiced with my friends in English, I used to just tell them, motivate them, whatever the things you are speaking in Hindi, you can translate those sentences into English. You can speak. Earlier, they had to think many times, because grammatically, when you speak English, you have to think many times, because you are going to set the standardization of the grammar, and accordingly your flow of speaking English just disconnect with the wholeheartedness. So we can say that English should be with soul. English should be whenever you speak happily, when you speak with the great charming, with entertainment, with jolly mood, then your language will be like your local language. But you can't say that this is a mother tongue. English can never be a mother tongue. We know that, whether we have access towards the IPA, International Phonetic Association or system, but Indians can't speak the same way, because they can copy only. We can copy, but most of the languages we copy. Like other languages, they are spoken in India. What do we do? We copy. French we copy. German we copy, because we have the necessities of learning this language. And this is why whenever we have the requirement, it is called the mother of the invention. And this is why it's very necessary to do that. So when I started learning with my friends, I started talking. I established my coaching center. I had the dissemination of the charts, of the pamphlets, with the help of the local newspapers, the national newspapers in those days. That time, the students, the learners, they came. They were of the similar or same ages, and they used to talk to me. They used to just debate me, discuss me, and I used to just tell them, inspire them. They used to also inspire me in turn, that we should just put this chain together. And that time I also heard from some unknown sources that I was going to speak. I was going to be the William Wordsworth or William Shakespeare. I can never be. I told them I could never be the William Shakespeare and William Wordsworth, because they were the great genius ones in the past from English Empire. But sorry, what can I do? I can be in future. And accordingly, I just kept on practicing with them. And most of the speakers in those days, they were in my touch in the past. Presently, they are working in the fields, and they are satisfied with the language. And they are saying that, yes, at least they did not know how to read books, but presently they are able to speak a little bit English with me. And I am happy that I was once upon a time with them. So whenever you start learning new things in the life, the people, first job is one of the reel I was watching in the YouTube or somewhere else, that one of the famous actors from our country, he was addressing in a conference hall or somewhere, that whenever you start a new thing in your life that is unique, that is very different, then people just try to control you on 3 levels in your life. And you, whenever you are just able to break these 3 levels in your life, then you are successful. So whenever you start doing anything in your life and you are adamant, you are resolute, that I would not just give back, I would not go back from this, your success is very near. And why should we just understand our success with the eyes of others, when we think that day after do we have the progress? What is the meaning of the progress? Meaning of the progress is that every day, if you are learning something new and you are better than before, then you are on the way of the success. Success doesn't mean that 2, 3 years, 4 years, you are on the topmost level, directly topmost. You are actor, you are actress, you are great singers. Success means that whatever you were 2 years ago, but if you are better than them presently, you are success. because earlier you had to struggle more than present time, and now you can calculate what you are doing 2 years ago and what you are doing presently. Is your life more comfortable than before? If your life is more comfortable than before and still in comfortableness you have not left learning in your life, then you can say that you are on the ladder of the success, or you are on the stairs of the success, and you have not postponed learning something. You have still the stamina, you have still the zeal to learn something in your life. So I think that I have discussed on this topic a lot, and I told you a little bit that with the study with higher education, why did I learn music? And in coming days, I would just upload many videos as much as this is possible. But first of all, I would try to just upload those videos we are full with inspiration, or which can give some glimpse of the life in our life, and we can understand something of the livelihood, our lifestyles, our nature, and all the living things they are present in the world. We can we'll just learn some devotional songs where we can learn something. We'll learn some national songs, and we'll also know the notations of some songs, which will be very helpful for us in future. And I think that the children who are with me, they most of the time tell me that how to just to play on the songs on harmonium. I am completely surprised that at least they don't know how to just create notes correctly of the saptak, but they have the great ambition to learn directly to any song. So I'm surprised, but surprise is surprise, because at least the children have some kind of the zeal to learn such kind of the songs. So I think it's sufficient for today. And in the next part of the video, if any question rises in my brain, I will be again present with the same answer or the question, and accordingly I will also speak something on the topic. So by then, take care of yourself. Good night.